Well, it was real striking. It's more or less a wonderful feeling of freedom, of the liberation of the war people. It's indescribable. They danced with joy, and any Canadian soldiers, they were welcomed, and they still did. The collaborators were gathered up fast. Unfortunately, there was a few females that collaborated with the enemy, so punishment, they rounded them up and shaved their hair all off, right in the market squares or in a public place. I was up in around Groningen. I forget the right place, but it was in that neighborhood. Then we moved back to Groningen, and then we moved back down to Assen, which is a jumping off point. So we serviced from there to different regiments around because we were still service. So everybody had to be still serviced. Troops moving around, rations. Well, one time we did bring supplies in for those that required it. We never stopped. We had continuous work. Some of the Dutch men, as soon as the war was settled down, they were driving their own stuff back from Germany. Livestock had been confiscated. They were quite happy to bring some of their goods back. There was a chaos of moving people, of trying to get homes that had scattered from the enemy wise. Well, I think we were in a camp, or we made our own camp, and the news came in, and first of all we didn't believe it. So finally the official report came in a few hours later, and we just more or less, thank God, it's over. So lots of the boys took our weapons and fired them up in the air. The war was over. No more killing. First thing we met, I remember an officer and 3 other troops. He had a small wireless, and the announcement came on the wireless officially that the war was ceasefire. I think we all sat down there and gave a silent prayer.
Hi, my name is Sara Boulter, and I am one of the members who participated in the making of the Peace Project that is in the Billy Bishop Museum. The Peace Project to me was so personable and just overall an amazing experience. I was able to interview kids in elementary school, to survivors of the Second World War, to refugees. Just the whole experience was so interesting. My final project, I wrote about the refugees, and overall, just hearing about their past life and their experiences and what they've had to go through, I can understand why their definition of peace is so much different than ours. And it was just incredible to hear their stories. I really enjoyed working with everybody. Overall, we were just a great team, and I'm so happy with how it came together. So I really hope everyone enjoys the exhibit just as much as I enjoyed participating in it. So thank you, everyone.
Okay, well, I could do the introduction. I'm Master Warrant Officer Steve Lehman, which is a company sergeant major when I retired. I was with the Royal Canadian Dragoons, which is a armored unit, got tanks and armored cars. I did 33 years of regular army. I've served all over Canada, as well as 4 years in Germany during the Cold War. And then once the Cold War was over, basically came back to Canada, served the United Nations peacekeeping, Afghanistan, and I retired a couple years after that.
What is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word peace?
Okay, this has changed, and it goes back to the original, well, all of the questions. Initially, before I went overseas, peace was the fact that our country was not at war. And, simple things like, well, coming back from Somalia, we were in an Air Canada flight, just looking out and looking down and seeing the lights and the snow and the quiet of a beautiful, peaceful country. That gives you the lump in the throat of saying, peace. That's my interpretation of how peace used to be. It's just because in Somalia there's no real electricity, so you're looking out of the airplane, you're seeing these lovely little lights and French-Canadian farms as you fly along the St. Lawrence River, so.
What does peace mean to you?
This is a tough one, honestly, because it's pretty well free from threat. You really have to look out for every guy that's carrying a large bag. Every guy that looks like he's shifty eyes and he's upset at the world. There's no real inner peace now because you're always on guard. But much like being a cop, being a soldier, you're always scanning the crowd and you're never at complete rest. You're never at complete peace unless you're sitting by the side of a river, reading a book in the hot sunlight against a tree with your dog. That's peace. But as long as there's people around, that peace is interrupted.
During your time serving, was there any peaceful moments you remember?
Absolutely. And I go back to the Sound and Music moment. In 94, at Christmas, we were in Yugoslavia, it's snowing. We're basically controlling a checkpoint over the mountain. And you will open the road for 1 hour to let people across the mountain. And then they got 1 hour for the last vehicle to make it. Then you close it for 2 hours so the other guys could go. So you could drive over the mountain every 4 hours. And the Serbs didn't like the fact that we were closing the road because they wanted to move their troops and stuff. And we convinced the Croatian cop, because there was a fuel truck that was crashed in the valley beside us on the other side of the road. For New Year's, they wanted to throw a hand grenade in there. And we think, this can't be good. The fuel is going to go up, the truck's going to land in their tent, and we're going to kill our guys. And, please don't do this. I know you want to celebrate New Year's your way, but they didn't, thankfully. But anyways, we're in a beautiful river valley, nice little floodplain. Our tent was there. Yeah, we had barbed wire all over the place. But it was a beautiful, crystal clear night with, like a Hallmark moment. Less the machine guns and the armored vehicles. But, just incredibly peaceful. All you could hear is no one's shooting. You could just hear the river in a beautiful river valley, and we're just on sentry sipping coffee. And it was like, wow, this is like a Christmas truce kind of thing. Happened once, then they frowned upon it.
Yes.
Well, it happened in 1915, but it wasn't so big. But yeah, it was just an absolute, serenity moment. You could be at your cottage, but instead you're hanging around with your, guys that you trust your life to. And the funny thing is, two of the guys that got in trouble, so they were out there over Christmas, because the Army gets together and puts a big Christmas dinner together. And our regimental sergeant major didn't like me from years back. And the two guys I was on duty with, one of them threatened to kill someone else because he was bugging him. And the other guy actually threatened to kill someone. Or no, he said he'd be killed if he came up to our area. So the guys I had with me were all the convicts, we'll say. And then the commanding officer and the regimental sergeant major drove for like 6 hours to get to us, and then 4 hours to get over the mountain. And then when they get out there, they find like their three least favorite people. And it's like, oh yeah. Well, thanks for coming. We'll see y'all. Yeah. Knowing that they had like another 6 hour drive to get back, it's like, oh yeah. But beside those guys coming out, it was like really, really nice, because you're with guys that you trust your life with, your military family. So that was probably one of the few times it was like absolute peace and serenity. Other than that, Afghanistan, Somalia, you're always on guard that someone's going to do something stupid. A young guy will walk by and give you the old, I'm going to cut your throat tonight. Yep. Okay, thanks for the warning. I'll get my night vision goggles handy. So yes, that would be the probably my big peaceful moment out of my 4 tours.
Has your definition of peace been altered since serving?
You know what? I'd say yes, because when I was serving, we thought peace was not being at war. But being at war was, the Warsaw Pact versus NATO. you know, with the Cold War on, the Russians are going to come across the border and take over Europe. We're going to have to fight for it. Yeah. That's what we were told all our lives, you know, from the end of World War II up until 1990. And now, yes, you're trying to reheat the Cold War a little bit. But you got all these small states and religious zealots that want to wage war at us when we're still at peace. You know, so it's not so much that initially you think we're not at war, so we're at peace. But we're not at war, but with the war on terror, we're always going to be in a state of war. Although we're not sending troops to fight anywhere. So, yeah, I never would have thought that would have happened in my lifetime. Because, you know, the biggest thing, like growing up in Toronto, was you walk by, you know, the nasty subdivision, they chase you with broken hockey sticks. Yeah. You know, that was before drive-by shootings and stuff. But the world has changed. Yeah. You know, people have lost the respect for human life.
Ice cream, sure, yeah. Anything at all work.
Fight, attack each other with verbal or physical.
Yeah, people don't get.
So, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word peace? Calm. Silence.
Yeah, calm.
Calm too.
Not have trouble being or doing anything.
Okay. So, what does peace mean to all of you?
Means like when you have like no worries, you're just free to do what you want and not think about it. Doing something you like.
Doing something you like?
Having to not worry about bad things happening.
So, what makes you feel at peace?
Knowing that you're not going to get hurt.
Knowing you're not going to get hurt?
Having the freedom to do something you enjoy. Anywhere or anything that just makes me feel happy. Oh yeah, and pets.
And pets.
Warm. Family and friends.
Family and friends?
Nice place to stay.
Nice place to sit.
Loving and caring parents.
Yeah.
All the time.
Abel and
I
Kay
don't,
and
I don't remember anything.
we could still speak the language perfectly. So, but anyway, but Stein, well, she was what, 5 years old when she came to Canada.
She didn't.
Well, of course she spoke Dutch, but forgotten everything.
I understand a little bit, but I can't speak it.
My grandpa's the same. He's from Holland as well, and he always tells me that he doesn't remember, and he tells everybody that he doesn't remember, and then he gets around his brothers and he's just talking it all. And we're like, I didn't remember.
You know, there was like when we were here, most of us, like, we couldn't talk English, but one of the first things we did, we bought this, the Star Weekly. And comics in there and the stories in there. I kept reading that. Well, I skipped a lot of words, but I find, you know, this is how I more or less got the drift of an English language, you know what I mean? And it didn't take long. And you started reading it, and maybe a couple of months later you start to read the long stories and all.
Yeah. But I listened to CFOS all the time. I had CFOS on from morning till night, and that's how I picked up a lot of my English.
So what would it take to make the world more peaceful?
I don't know. They'll never find an answer for that. I don't think.
I mean,
there's never peace in the world. Wars are everywhere. You can't,
yeah, people like Hitler now. You know what I mean? Hitler and
dictators.
You thought the Second World War would be the one that would finish everything. There'd be no more wars, but it never has stopped. There's always a war somewhere. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever
Yeah.
ever have world
There's
peace.
always been a war
I
someplace.
don't know. People gotta have different
It's quite,
attitudes and gotta live with each other. That's about all you can do.
During that time, I mean, it was daily, nightly bombs and stuff like that. There was practically every night there came a squad of bombers over Holland there, and you could just hear 'em. And if it was a real nice light evening, sunshine, you could see the planes running past the moon and all that stuff, and literally thousands of them. And they would go over, and then in the morning they would come back. You see?
Yeah, and they flew over our part of the country too. We could see them coming from England to Berlin.
The northern part of Holland.
To bomb the Berlin, and then later on you could hear them coming back, and of course the sirens were going around in the city. Of course, you had to go and hide, which we never did.
There was an alarm every night practically, but at last we slept through it, except my mother. She was always watching it, and watching the planes going past the moon and all that.
Oh yeah, you could actually see them.
And then of course planes came back. Some of them they were shot up, and they came down in Holland, and a lot of boys got killed that way.
Oh yeah. And we had searchlights around the city too. You ever see searchlights on television?
Yeah.
Where they would scan the sky
catch a
to
plane,
see
and
if
then
they
they
could
would
catch a plane, of course, and then you could hear them shooting at them. Oh yeah, we could see that.
There was one particular time there was a bomber came back, and it was shot up. It was crippling. It couldn't go any further. And this was in the morning. You could see them coming back, and then one parachute, then another parachute. About 8 or 10 of them came out, And finally the plane was not steered anymore,
With nobody in it.
Start to spiral down with a bomber, And there was one guy, apparently he was a pilot, the first pilot there. He got caught on the plane.
Oh.
His parachute got caught on the tail end.
Oh, okay. Instead of being free.
Luckily for him, because I was talking to a guy that lived right there later on. It caught loose, and he came down. And the man, he couldn't do nothing. He was so scared. I mean, he absolutely had it. And Germans came and took him prisoner, you know what I mean?
Those are all newspaper clippings of the wartime.
All in Dutch, right?
Yeah, they're in Dutch. That was at City Hall, and we had a bomb shelter right downtown too. And this is part of our country. This is the northern part. That's our whole country, Holland, right there. And this is the part where we are from, right there. That one there. So that was the very last part of the war that was
liberated by.
Is it important to acknowledge peace, and why?
Well, when you go through a war, you find out what war is.
Yeah.
And then when the end of the war comes, it's a feeling that is very hard to describe.
Yeah.
Because when we were liberated, there were the Canadians coming right through the streets and everything, you know what I mean? And then
it's a wonderful feeling, I'll tell you that.
And then you could talk about anything you want. You didn't have to worry about that somebody said the wrong word and was, spoken on, you know what I mean? But we would.
Peace it's a big word, but if it comes to a country that has war, there's nothing better feeling. But
no.
For me, peace means like to live and to participate with all with everything you wanted. Like if rarely without feeling afraid of the winner.
Like when you just can sleep, relax, you can afraid when you up when you lose someone. You can afraid you have wars in your place that you have, the years that you are. Like you feel safely, like you really live, your children can go to the church or can wear everything they need. They can afraid.
Yeah.
They can out and you can afraid when they come from school.
Safety for my children and for me and for my husband.
For everybody. We don't have any freedom in my country, but we have freedom in Canada. But unfortunately, we didn't have any freedom in Iran.
وهون كمان بيعطوا للإنسان حقوقه بكل شيء من المرأة ومن الولد ومن الرجال.
She said here you give like the rights for everyone equally, like men, women, even children.
وهون بإمكانك تعطي رأيك.
And here you can express your opinion.
أنا اللي حسيته بكندا إنه بيحسسوكي بإنه في إنسانية هون.
She said here I feel like people have like personality. You feel you are a human here.
Hi, my name's Andy. I'm from Canada. And then peace. Right? Salam. Peace. Right? So good.
اسمي خديجة جاسم. الأمان عندنا إياها إنه الأمان يا رب يدوم علينا كل هذا الأمان يا رب.
Rahel, do you mind?
በትግርኛ?
Yes, please.
ራሄል ምስጉን ተስፋፅን ይበሃል። ሰላም ማለት ንኩልና ኣብ ኩሉ ዓለም ኣብ ኩሉ ህዝቢ እቶም ሰባት ብሕጂ ኣብ ሕማቕ ቦታ ዘለውን ሕማቕ ግዜ ዝሓልፉ ዘለውን ዓድናን ሰላም ክንምለስ ይፅበ
Yakanelli.
ገንዘብኪ
Great. Noor, do you mind?
Sure, of course. Hello everyone. I'm from Syria. Salam.
Thank you, Noor. Jatinder, if you don't mind.
Yes. Hello everyone. I am Jatinder. I'm from India. And Sasvikal to all.
Thank you, Jatinder. Azib?
Yes.
No? No problem.
أنا زيبي سلام من كله حزب إقرا كمان سلام كون أبزار حليو.
Yakanelli.
Thank you.
Hind?
Hi everyone, my name is Hind. I'm from Morocco. Salam.
Thank you, Hind. Amina?
أنا اسمي أمينة من سوريا، بقيم حاليا بكندا، وهون كتير أمان وبالنسبة إلي ولجوزي ولأولادي، وبتمنى يعمل الأمان هون ويرجع الأمان كمان لسوريا، لأني كمان في إلي أهل وأصدقاء هناك، بتمنى كمان يعيشوا بأمان وتخلص هاي الأزمة، واللي بيتمنى إنه يرجع على بلده ويرجع يلاقي كمان أمان مثل ما نحن ملاقينه هون إن شاء الله. سلام.
Thank you. Ismail?
Ismail. Ismail from Syria. نتمنى السلام.
Thank you, Ismail.
Hello everyone. My name is Sumaya. I am from Syria. Salam.
Thank you. And Hayat, do you want to just say it?
Yeah. My name is Hayat. I am from Syria. And peace in my language is salam.
At one moment, the voices on the Canadian Second Corps radio sets were saying things like this. Hello, Mike Bohr. Hello, Mike Bohr. This is Seagull speaking. Can you send us 2 more flamethrowers? There are snipers in the windmill at the crossroads. Over. But at 10:15, said the intelligence officer at 2nd Corps. All the radio sets went mad with something different. Hello, command. Hello, command. This is Bluebird, or Sunfish, or Water Rat, or Film Star. That is, the Chaudière, or the Can Scots, or the Queen's Own, or the Fort Garry Horse. Is it true? Is it true? And the word came back that it was true. No more attacks. No more guns. No more appalling splitting mornings. No more of the monstrous cannonade under which, so often, they'd gone forward with the blood pounding in their veins. And then, in a flash, silence. No more challenges in the dark. No more snipers' bullets in the dawn light. No more burial parties in the drifting smoke. No more jeep ambulances bumping down the tank tracks and the cratered roads. No more shouts of frenzy or pain. No more attacks. An enormous silence hung upon the cool spring night of Friday, May the 4th. No more guns.